Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Laura Bakewell and here we bake things pretty well. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make croissants. So let's get close and comfy and let's bake together. So when it comes to croissant dough, it's a pretty lengthy process, but it's well worth it in the end. So the first thing that you want to do is you have to make a Poolish. And I have that in this bowl right here. And a Poolish is just pre-fermented dough. They do it in a lot of French recipes. And it has to sit for 12 to 15 hours. And then 12 and 15 hours later, we'll make the dough with the Poolish. So in here, inside of my mixing bowl, I'm gonna go ahead and put my all-purpose flour and my malt powder. I'm gonna put my instant yeast and my sugar. I'm just gonna give that a quick little mix. We'll just put this to the side. And then to my Poolish, I'm gonna add some of my water just to kind of help the edges loosen. And then you want to reserve a little bit of the water because you might not need it depending on like the temperature, and the weather outside actually really has a lot to do with how well your doughs come together, believe it or not. So I'm going to leave a little bit of water left over just in case I don't really need that much. And now I'm just going to pour this Poolish and water mixture into my bowl. And then you're going to put this in the mixer and you're going to mix it for about 5 minutes. So we're just going to mix this with our dough hook. Just until it comes together. Alright, and while the rest of this is mixing, we're going to go ahead and add our butter. And then that's going to mix for about 10 minutes. Okay, so after 10 minutes, we're going to go ahead and add our salt. And you're just going to mix this for about 5 more minutes until the salt is completely incorporated. Alright, so it looks like our salt is all mixed in. We're going to go ahead and take this off of here. I'm just going to do a fold real quick. Just like that. And I'm going to leave it in this bowl for an hour to proof. So I will see you in 1 hour. Okay, so it's been 1 hour. My dough has been in here rising. Just gonna go ahead and dump it out. Perfect. The next thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna go ahead and try to roll this out a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and give this dough its first fold before we add the butter. So just one side over the other, just like that. Wrap this up into the freezer for 20 minutes. All right, so my dough's been in the freezer for 20 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and roll this out. Once we got it rolled out, we're going to go ahead and add our butter block. And you just want the dough to meet in the middle, and then I pinch it together. Alright, and you're going to stick this in the freezer for another 20 minutes. Okay, so my dough's been chilling for another 20 minutes, and now I'm going to roll it lengthwise. So you see where I put the seams together? We're going to roll it that way. This is going to take a lot of muscle, so you might actually feel sore after making all of this. Once you get it rolled out, I like to cut off just one of the ends. Now roll this over. There we go, and this is going to go back into the freezer for 20 minutes. Alright, so my dough's been chilling for another 20 minutes, and we're just going to rinse and repeat, doing 2 more folds. Okay, so this is our third and final turn. Alright, so now we're done with our folds. This is going to go on for another 20 minutes, and then we're going to roll it out, cut it in half. Alright, so after your final fold, now you're just going to roll it out and cut it in half. Alright, so you're going to roll it out to 24 inches, and then you're going to cut that right in half. Alright, and there you have your croissant dough. So once you cut it, you'll have 2 portions, and then you can put these in the freezer until you are ready to make croissants. So I'm going to wrap these, put them in my freezer. Alright, and there you go. The hard part is over. Now you can freeze these, and then we can make the croissants with the dough once it's set and chilled for about 20 minutes. I do have some dough here. And I'm going to roll this out. I'm going to roll this out to 16 inches. So I did a 16 by 10. And I'm going to cut this in half. And I'm going to make chocolate and plain croissants. 16. So you're going to cut every 4 inches. There we go. Now what you're going to do is, so if you're going to make regular croissants, you're going to go from one end to the other. So you're going to go from this top left corner all the way down to this bottom right corner. And there you have 2 croissants. I'll do the same with this one. From one corner to the other. Now, this is going to be for a chocolate croissant. So what you're going to do is you're just going to cut this right in half. Like that. So you got 2 little rectangles. And then you will do the same with this one. Just like that. For your regular croissants, you just want to stretch them a little bit. Don't pull really hard because then you'll just rip it. So you just want to stretch. And what I like to do is I'll cut right here and I'll kind of just roll it out like that. And you roll it up. Just like that, and these two little ends I'll bring together and I'll just smush it down like that. So you have a nice little croissant shape. You always want to make sure that the tail end is tucked under. That way it doesn't unravel whenever it proofs or bakes. So I'll just repeat that process with all the rest of these. All right, now for the chocolate croissants. So for the chocolate croissants, you can just take some chocolate and put it into these little, like, they're long stick molds that you can buy on Amazon. I just went ahead and bought the sticks already made on Amazon. And you're just gonna put one on either end. And then I roll up one side, and I'll roll up the other. It'll look just like that. Just do that with the rest of these. And there we go. Alright, so now I'm just going to set all of these on a tray. So I'm going to spray these with a little bit of water, just so that they don't get dry on top, and then I'll put some plastic wrap over it. And then these are going to sit in a warm place until they are double in size. Now with croissants, it could literally take until the next day, depending on how hot or cold your house is. You don't want it to be too hot, because then all that butter that's in between the layers will melt, and then you won't get a high rise. So I'm going to go put this inside of a warm area, and I'm going to proof it until it is double in size. Alright, so these have been proofing overnight. I'm going to add a little egg wash to the top, and then I'm going to pop them in the oven at 375 for about 15 to 20 minutes, just until they get golden on top. And get that nice, crunchy, crispy, flaky topping. You do want to be gentle whenever you're brushing the egg wash on here, because it will deflate if you press too hard. So there we go, egg wash on everybody. Let's get these in the oven. And look at that. They were baking in the oven at 375 for about 23 minutes. And they have that nice, crunchy, crispy sound to them. Perfectly golden. And there you have it, guys. Delicious croissants. They're very tedious, but they are well worth the wait. Thank you for joining me in the kitchen, and I will see you next time. Bye.